see the shot.
Let me. Okay.
So fucking tight, like we're like the two biggest dudes, and we're
Alright.
super fucking tight.
So Sunday, sit down.
Sunday. Brought to you by, but not actually, Monster Energy.
I mean, if you guys want to sponsor us, we'll take it. I mean,
You wanna like cheers it? Nah, see what the fuck. This
What
is
is
called Pacific Punch Papillon. I don't know. It's like
Okay.
butterfly shit. I really don't know what flavor it is. It's kind of weird. It's like a something fruity.
yeah, I don't know what it is. But welcome to episode 2.
This is
This is
episode 2.
yeah, because we had episode 0 that flopped. Episode 1 on YouTube.
Yeah, flop.
It was underwhelming. This is episode 2, episode dos, and we're getting started up. Today we're gonna talk about.
What are we talking about today?
There gonna be a brief segment just like on elderly strength and conditioning, and on female strength and conditioning. We'll be talking about that because we're both people that worked with both populations, so I feel like there's a lot of information that's not known. And picking a program, like a lot of people always ask, like I get DMs asking, hey, like what type of program do you use? Like what type of style do you think we should use? And I think that's information needs to get out there for basically like a novice lifter and people trying to figure out for themselves. And then the Q&A portion.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do it. Alright. 100% on board. Let's go.
So first,
So you want to start? Which one you want to start with?
now I'm kind of pissed though.
What are you pissed about?
So,
Please tell me.
alright. So I don't know if have you seen the episode Family Guy that you know what really grinds my gears?
I have, yeah.
Okay, you know what really grinds my gears?
Tell me, please.
I hate you. Please. So, like people that like anybody that has like I guess a business page or something that like they put hashtags on. Like I post videos, and let's say I post a lifting video that's like 42 seconds long.
Yeah.
It'll be posted for 2.5 seconds, and I got 14 comments. Yes, DM me. Come on, like you know how
Yeah.
mad that gets. I know it's a robot, but it ticks me off.
I don't know where those robots come from. They just kind of automatically what's the point?
I don't know, but they need a raise because they're on their shit.
They're on their shit real fast. I don't know how they like find your posts. Like sometimes they find your posts and you don't even have any hashtags or anything. They just like it doesn't make sense to me.
It's like before I feel like it doesn't even post, and they're already just like they're on it, bro. This shit.
Yeah. Fucking idiot.
But
Let me ask you what else grinds your gears?
so
I heard you talking about alphabet soup.
Oh.
What is alphabet soup?
okay, so so how I say alphabet soup is basically the people in their bios that have every single letter in the alphabet. Like let's say for example, Garrett AB, ACSM, PhD, ABCD, EFG, QR, TYZYPI, and I respect the further education.
Yeah,
of course. If you want to get a PhD, get a PhD. I want to get a PhD.
Yeah.
But
Ooh, look at the smart guy. Ooh.
but there's just they try to overcomplicate things so much.
Yeah, it's tough. I think we're gonna dive into controversial territory. So there are people who have PhDs, masters, bachelors, even no college education that are super fucking smart.
Mhm.
But it gets into the realm of people who have these qualifications and just aren't qualified to actually work with real people. We're not gonna name anybody
No
by
names.
name because we're not perfect either. But you guys know what I'm talking about in the world of Instagram. There's just
Yeah, like the Instagram
Crazy
trainers. Like just because they have those letters in their bio, they think
I feel like there's a spectrum too. There's like on the end of the spectrum, there's like people who like have absolutely no idea what they're doing, and you can tell. Or there's people who like have too much knowledge and don't know how to dumb that down for people, and it's overcomplicated.
yeah.
So
yeah.
like
they
both
don't
ends
dumb
are
it down, yeah.
kind of pointless. You need to find somewhere in the middle. Because you got like fucking PhD, and then you have elementary school education.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But it's like I don't know, some people they have like a sense of they have to prove themselves.
That's true.
I think that's what it
That's
is.
true.
Like
You gotta like, dude. Like, I feel like one of the things I learned in school too, which I only have a bachelor's, but you need to be able to take all the knowledge you know and dumb it down so you can actually apply it to common people. Because the more terms you start to apply to people, like, I don't want to say the terms that I was gonna say because they kind of give it away. But if you start
eccentric, isometric.
well, I mean, if you start throwing a bunch of like buzzwords in that people have no idea what I mean, like, yeah, they're gonna get that you're smart, but it's not gonna help them anyway too. You know?
Yeah, like even like in the sports world, like someone texted me the other day and I referred to RPE in our last podcast, and not everybody knows what RPE is. I mean, everybody that lifts basically knows what RPE is. Anybody that goes into exercise science, they understand that RPE is rate of perceived exertion.
Yeah.
But the normal person does not know what that is. So it's like, even like we need to do. I need to do a better job of breaking it down.
Yeah, but that's still like that's not a hard thing to explain too, because RPE is really just based on intensity. It just measures like how hard it is basically. So like most people, like if they do like a full out sprint, you say, hey, how hard is that on a scale of 1 to 10? They're like, yeah, that's like a 9 or 10. You know, same thing. Like RPE is applicable in different situations, whether cardio or just weightlifting too. So
yeah, I mean
that's normal shit. Like that's stuff you can teach somebody. But hey, if I say RPE, you got a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest, 1 being the easiest. Like it's not hard for people to kind of grasp that idea, you know.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get this conversation because I want to give like actual examples. But I don't want to call out anybody's.
I'm giving examples. I don't care.
You go.
So
go ahead.
There is no reason at all, for you to try to combine 3 different workouts into one. Like I saw one thing. I'm not gonna say any names. Someone was doing. So they're doing an iso hold on a split squat, while doing a cable basically chest press, while holding a kettlebell like in a goblet position. Like you could do the same. You could get the same activation by just doing, let's say, a Bulgarian split squat and supersetting it with a single arm dumbbell bench. Instead of trying to put in, like, I understand body awareness and everything, but there's different ways to go about that. Like I listened to a podcast that I think it was like Dave Tate. He said the way he wants to go about it, he doesn't want to make any of his clients look stupid.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like, dude. Like, I'm saying, like, dude. Like, obviously, like, all right. So people don't know, like, I'm a new personal trainer. You've been training people.
Yeah.
People. So, I mean, one of the main things too is just the basics. Like, for me, like, for you, like, the basics would be this basic barbell compound movements. Like, like no matter if you're a powerlifter or just a general person too, you kind of want to squat. You do want to deadlift. Some people want to bench press, some don't, but still those basic barbell movements are just key to everybody too, you know? Like there's no reason they should not be doing it. They're all like transferable to real life. Like you squat, you squat down in real life. You deadlift, you bend down and pick up an object, you know? That's okay, yeah. Like most of my newer clients, like we progress them up to doing like full weight squats and deadlifts too. But there should be no reason why they should be doing some of that shit you're talking about too, the whole combining 3.
Yeah,
dude, that shit really grinds my gears. Ooh.
I mean, going back to like...
At least they're safe though. At least like...
I guess.
Alright, so I want to say too, like, if you're going to do that, at least he's not having them like in a dangerous kind of position. So like if you're over here too, like if you're going to overcomplicate things, at least they're safe. Not ideal, but they're safe compared to like the other end people just like... I guess there's pros and cons too, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the only pro I can get out of that is basically muscle awareness and just being aware of your body and being able to like be in different weird positions. I mean, we're put in positions like that in life. Like, I mean, if you're coming out like the back of a truck and you trip and fall, or you're hopping out of bed, like it's like going to like our topic like on the elderly. Like I work with a lot of older people that literally just want to do everyday activities.
Yeah.
Like just better. Like I have one client, like she's in her 60s, she has osteoporosis, and if you don't know what osteoporosis is, it basically means like when your bone marrow density is very low, and it's like
you're like brittle and weak.
Yeah,
and shit.
very fragile. And we've been doing like some weight training and everything, and she came up to me and she was like, "Hey, like I was able to carry in all my groceries by myself this time." Like
that's good.
Yeah, there's some people that want to do that, so it's like for people like that, you know, you do bicep curls. You know, if they're having problems reaching overhead, you do like some overhead shoulder press or something like that with like dumbbells, just basically to adapt to real life situations. There's no reason why these people should be doing an isometric split squat, cable row. Like there's no reason for that. They just want to do everyday life normally.
Well, I guess it depends on like the population too, because like most like these said people we're talking about and addressing, not even just one person, but like overall, it depends population they have. Like this said people, they have like athletes and like higher level people who are already naturally more aware of their stuff too, you know?
That is true.
That's true. If you get somebody who's like new, like who's never done anything before, that should be the last thing you would ever want to do is overcomplicate it too, you know?
Yeah, for sure. You make them do like the basic movements.
So I guess that's a kind of like he knows that his population is more advanced too, like athletes. She, not just he, she, whatever. They know they're more advanced too, so they can do more stuff too. But I don't know.
My biggest thing is it makes these people look so stupid.
Oh, it looks
so stupid.
It's not. I mean, it's not their
Dude,
fault.
I mean, it's not their fault,
I mean,
but
they paid for it. They signed up for it. You know.
at the end of it just really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, dude, like even like some professional athletes, like you could get the same benefit from literally just doing the superset, and at the same time, it's actually better for you because you just focus on the one movement. So it's like you're able to put like maximum effort in that one movement. Like
Corona. Sorry.
Like if you're doing a squat, let's say a squat. The main purpose of a barbell back squat is to basically overload those muscles, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't overload a hamstring curl, you can't overload a leg extension. So it's like in order to overload those leg muscles, you do a back squat where you can put like a certain amount of weight on there.
Yeah.
To get the benefits of it.
But we also don't see everything he does too. He or she. We don't see everything that person does. So they could just be posting the set stuff just like to show like the highlighted, like the most like detailed, like advanced exercises just for like show.
I just think he's trying to piss me off personally.
Yeah. I'm kind of mad now.
Nah,
I'm kind of mad now.
Well, I think the person's trying to.
That said person could be
Yeah.
anybody. The shoe fits.
Could be a dog. I mean, you don't know who you're talking
Could
about.
be whoever.
Anyway.
But I mean, yeah. And also, it kind of weirds me out too, because like I think everybody should be able to do all the different types of, like exercises too. Like you know, the different types of just like hypertrophy, main focus stuff, explosive, strength, like.
Plyometrics.
But I think it's kind of weird when you have like more like set clients who are mainly like bodybuilders and stuff doing just pure explosive stabilization. How the fuck you say that word?
Stabilization.
I'm stupid too. Stabilization exercises too. I mean, yeah, like everybody should have a little bit of some, but like, dude, like if your main thing coming in with somebody who's a fucking bodybuilder is doing a few sets of a single arm loaded. I don't know, bro. I don't know what's up with
it. It does depend on the population.
It does a lot.
But like, so we talk about this in this class. So basically, I feel like everything you do, there's an inverted U to it.
What do you
like, let's say.
Inverted U.
So, let's talk about
Talk about it.
So let's say running and powerlifting.
Yeah.
Two different sides of the spectrum. In the middle, there's plyometrics. A runner could do plyometrics and basically like a runner could do plyometrics and learn a lot from it and get more explosive with it, and that'll benefit the closer distance runner. And then a powerlifter can also do plyometrics to basically activate those muscles and activate the fast twitch muscles. And at the same time, a runner could do heavy resistance training that the powerlifter does.
Oh shit, I forgot too. Like, am I talking close enough to my mic?
I don't know. Move it
I hope
forward.
so. I hope you guys have heard me so far.
Probably.
Hello. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear that. Alright, cool.
We're not live. Okay.
Cool.
But basically, everything has its place and everything. Like, a runner is supposed to do resistance training, and not saying that a powerlifter has to go run
Yeah.
400 meters, but they could benefit from the explosive power.
They could definitely benefit from like kind of conditioning and shit too.
Yeah. So like it depends on the population you're going for, but at the same time, like keep it simple, stupid. Like keep it simple.
Never heard that.
You never heard of that? You never heard about that?
I think I've heard keep it simple, stupid, but never kiss.
I mean, it's an acronym.
It makes sense now.
Makes a lot of sense. But like just keep that exercise simple, and then basically just maximize that one exercise so you get the max benefits of it instead of same thing like we were talking about, like multitasking and monotasking.
Yeah.
Like you do one specific workout and you basically focus, put all your energy on that, you'll be able to load that a lot more than trying to combine 3 different workouts into one.
That's a big thing too. Like I know, like I just like I said, like I'm not perfect, but I just started doing personal training too, and one of the things I've seen around, just not recently but time too, people just like when they bring a new client in, number one, they don't do an assessment, which is a conversation for another time too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But they just like the exercise like selection. It's just so random and sporadic, and there's no progression to it too. Like obviously, like if you have somebody else, you want to make it exciting, so you're not always gonna keep the exercise the same. Like you're gonna rotate them, change them, give them some kind of thing to look forward to too. But I know for me, there should be like some kind of base like exercises that you keep progressing over time too. So like all my clients too, like once we actually like progress them and assess them and get them down doing like free weight, body weight stuff like squats and deadlifts, those would be like the main core exercises, and everything else would just be surrounding that too.
Yeah, actually have structures.
And I mean, obviously it's not going to be squats and deadlifts for everybody. It's going to change based on the person, the assessment too. But there should be some things that you keep like the main bread and butter, and keep working, building those up, and then have everything else surrounding that too. You know.
I think Meek Mill said it the best, saying that there's levels to this shit, man.
There's levels to this shit.
And shout out to Meek Mill, big fan. And yeah, I mean,
delicious.
you can't just skip
Top
the
alone.
you can't just skip the levels like as you said, making assessments. That's
People don't do this. People really don't do assessments anymore. That was the first thing I was taught.
yeah. I feel like that's
That's a
literally the main thing you
that's the
should
main
do.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh my
because
god.
you can't just throw so like you never know if someone has a bum knee or someone had surgery 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You don't do an assessment. You don't ask them these questions. You don't have them do body weight squats. See if there's any like basically like changes in their bodies, like any overcompensations or anything. Like if you don't
Yeah.
do that, you throw them into an exercise to where they don't feel comfortable doing.
Yeah.
And that basically leads to injury. That's also why like a lot of people are scared to work out. Like going back to
Oh, dude, there's so much fucked up shit too.
yeah, like going back to elderly. Like the main reason, especially with like elderly women, because like if you look at
I didn't know it came out.
just push it in there, guy.
Well, I wanted to see like it actually comes out. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
Get in there.
So, like the main thing with elderly is so I'm go like spit facts. So like basically 7 out of 10 people with osteoporosis are females. That's due to like natural anatomy. Like they have like
Well, the
bone mineral
estrogen-
density
the,
is like lighter and like
The estrogen, like
workouts.
once they hit like, I think if I remember this correctly, don't fact check me. I think when they hit like menopause, like the estrogen levels drop, and that also can lead to osteoporosis.
people,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that's correct. I want to say it is.
It is.
It's been like a year since I got out of school, so.
Yeah. And
But something about hormones too. That's why it's a big like thing, especially for women.
and basically, the rumor goes around because they're scared to work out because they're scared of getting hurt because there's a big rumor going around that if you do weight training, there's a huge risk factor when actually there really isn't. Like it's actually one of the safest out of the sports. Like let's say compare powerlifting to football, compare powerlifting to like even basketball, such an explosive sports where you can roll your ankle, break stuff really quick, and it's like
That's life though, bro. You can really do that shit. Like you can break your ankle just walking down the street, you know?
yeah, and there's a expectation, and then there's some people that basically mold it for the rest of us. And like, there's some people that have the platform that may have a higher injury rate,
Peach. That's the flavor.
may have a higher injury rate to where people get hurt. But at the same time, if you are older, if you are past menopause and you do have a risk of osteoporosis, the science says in order to basically make your bone mineral density stronger and increase it, you have to do weight bearing exercise.
Yeah.
You have to load the spine.
I mean, like I know most kids just like, if you're already suffering from like osteoporosis, weight training is not. It might not help you actually like build any more muscle, but it can also definitely slow down the loss of muscle too, which is a big thing.
I mean,
not muscle. Bone density.
Bone. I mean, I have clients with osteoporosis, and like literally they come in. Like, the first time I worked with them, they're like aching. They're like, oh, like this hurts, and then after a while, it becomes less of a pain, more of a soreness, and then goes from soreness to being like it's only there when I do certain things.
Yeah.
And then it's like things get easier. So it's just you have to use your body. I mean, they say like use it or lose it. Like, if you don't use your body the way it's supposed to be used, and you don't build up these foundations, like you're not gonna get anywhere. Because I mean, structure is everything. Like the biggest thing, the scariest thing to someone that's older is falling. Like you've seen the Life Alert commercials, help I fall and I can't get up. Like that's that's basically a thing that's very common, and it can be detrimental to people. It can be detrimental to the older population.
Yeah.
So it's like they have to be able to have that structure, and it just goes back to bone structure, muscle structure, just being able to control their body in a way to where everyday life becomes easier.
Yeah.
That also comes like plyometrics. Because I heard about something about that. Like you don't have to do triple jumps into a box squat if you could just simply do a depth jump or depth drop where you literally get a box, it could be literally 5 inches high.
Yeah.
And just drop and land on both feet. That transfers over very well to getting out of bed.
Yeah.
Or to losing your footing.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely all relative too. Like everything's gonna be different based on the individual. Like I know for me, like I don't know what kind of assessments you guys do, but like if I bring somebody in for the first time, like hey, like we're gonna measure your strength, like your lower body strength.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the individual, like if they're really like if they've exercised before and they've done distance training, it might be some kind of squat, deadlift too. If they haven't, it might be like a leg press or even more like a leg extension, leg curl, just something they can do, you know. Same thing upper body wise. If they've done it before, bench press, not some kind of machine too.
Yeah. I mean the way I work with more I guess Gen Pop.
Yeah.
Like I have a couple athletes that I do work with, but usually it's
my whole,
like
I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, usually it's mostly like Gen Pop. So our assessments usually lead more to, oh, do a box squat. We're gonna do a walking lunge. See like if one side's stronger than the other.
Yeah.
Like a single arm dumbbell bench, and then basically just see like if there's any like favorable sides.
Yeah.
And then work off there. And like range of motion, like do a bodyweight squat if your knees cave in.
Yeah.
Or if just like small things that we could pick up on, but like knees cave in, yeah, weak abductors.
Yeah.
But okay, like we pick up on things, so that's basically how our assessments go.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people don't do assessments, which is back to what we said is stupid.
Yeah, I guess, dude, like, it depends. Like, assessment's good for two things. I mean, I think it's definitely good, obviously, if you're going to start working with somebody, to see, like, where they are for you, so you can plan ahead. Also, dude, a lot of people don't do, like, programming for their clients, too, you know? Like,
You don't individualize the program?
they don't. Like, obviously, like, if you're going, like, with a person to person, it doesn't have to be, like, super detailed.
Yeah.
But you need to have some kind of, like, you're talking about earlier, some kind of progression idea, like, what they're going to do ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of bringing them in, just, like, throwing him out there, you know, like, hey, I want you to do, fucking leg press and then bicep curls, like just some random.
Yeah, just
shit, yeah.
just get a sweat
yeah,
going.
yeah, dude, that's. I mean, that's not everything. Just because, like, dude, like, I had this conversation before, like, just because, like, a good workout does not mean, just because you're tired and sweaty doesn't mean it was a good workout, you know?
Yeah.
That can definitely come from a good workout, but there should be more to it. And, like, dude, like, you can give anybody a set of exercises and get them all hot, sweaty, and tired, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't mean they're great. I can give you such, like, fucking, like, 15 on air squats and then just jumps and sprints and you have a good little workout, but
that's true.
Not the best.
And I feel like that also comes with being a good trainer or not. Like if you actually, because like a lot of people, they're just trying to quote unquote make their bag. So.
Well, yeah, that's a big thing too. I mean, you gotta make your bag,
but it's like these people are paying you their money. In order, for now, if it's like a group training class, okay, that's different. That's a whole different thing, like a whole different ballpark. But
we just had a group training class yesterday.
Like group training class, you're not gonna go up to 30 different people and be, okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. Like, it's a group training. But if it's like individualized training, they're training to be one-on-one with you. Is that you have to put that time and effort because they're giving you their money to have that individualized thing. Like if they just wanted a good sweat, they sign up for a spin class or they sign up for a group training course. But they pay one-on-one for your attention and for your expertise. Like, if you're gonna have alphabet soup in your bio, you better know what you're doing.
Another big thing I realized too. This is kind of like, so this comes down to kind of like, whenever you're doing something like, especially like training people, you want to always have their best intentions in mind, not just yours.
Mm-hmm.
And by having their best intentions, it always helps you in the end too. So what I'm saying is, like, say like I know when I just started out too, like I had some like, not young, but like younger, like mid-20 clients who they didn't have like steady income, so you know they can't commit to 3 or 4 times a week too, maybe once or twice. And I'm like, hey, like I want you to do better. I want to see you do better. So here's the exercises I want you to do here with me, and then on your own, I want you to do these stuff, which doesn't give me money directly, you know. And they're going by themselves to the local commercial gym and doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
But in the long term, that effort and care you show to your clients always comes back around to you.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
I mean, that's what we got. That's why we get in the job to help people.
Dude, yeah, of course, bro. People get so focused, like, hey, like I want to make my bag, but they become like very money focused, and it kind of just backfires on them too, you know.
Yeah, and at the same time, we're not saying don't make your money.
Of course, no,
of course not. I mean,
that's the whole point.
I'm a college student. I need my money.
Yeah.
But it's like at the same time, don't cheat someone out of their cheat someone out of their success.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to make your bag. Like if you can help out, I mean, give a tip. But you don't have to sit down and have a full conversation. Like you see someone in the gym doing something wrong, you don't have to sit down and break down everything to them. I mean, you give them a tip like, hey, like, try to keep your back like a little more tight.
I mean, people are very intuitive too. Like they're gonna know like what you're doing, you know. Like even if you try not to show, like they're gonna tell if you're very like just money hungry or if you actually care, you know. Like all my clients, I try to go as much out the way I can for them, you know, too. But people will always know.
Yeah.
Just do a good job, and it'll always come back to you.
That's a good way to end that. But
yeah.
I wanted to bring this up earlier. Back on the
what we bring it up?
like picking the program that we talked about.
Yeah.
Like so, I've gotten DMs of people like asking like how to pick a program, like what like should they do conjugate training? Should they do like linear progression, linear periodization? And I'm just like, honestly, it's up to you. Like,
Yeah.
in that situation, is the best point to pick and choose what you want to do. Like my mom always says, take everything with a grain of salt. So it's like you get advice, you get tips from everybody, and you're like, okay, I like that. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use that, and don't just try to stick to one thing. Like try everything out. Because a lot of people they're like, oh, well, this guy's doing conjugate training and he's jacked.
Yeah.
So it's gonna work for me, but maybe it won't. Maybe more linear periodization. But maybe some of the thought processes in conjugate training would help activate something for you.
Oh,
that'll
100%.
help.
Yeah.
So it's basically just being able to know yourself, know your body, and figure out what works for you. I mean, exercise is trial and error the whole time.
100%.
I mean, that's why you see people like they hit plateaus for a bit until they try something else new out, and then make a breakthrough. So it's like you're just constantly getting new information, constantly picking and choosing from different types of people. Like the best thing you can do is listen to people talk.
Yeah.
Like go on YouTube, type in elite FTS or type in what is conjugate training or what is linear periodization, and there's gonna be hundreds of videos of just people just talking and breaking down what they do. And some of the time you're gonna listen to that, but I don't like that. So you know what? Don't do it. But you don't have to do it just because The Rock eats 10,000 calories a day.
You could.
And lifts this much. I mean,
The Rock's fucking.
you could try it, but that's The Rock. I mean, he has a different genetic makeup than you do. So it's like you just have to figure out what works for you and what has helped you in the past. And if you haven't worked out in the past, hey, keep trying. Just don't hurt yourself. Like, just stay within your ballpark. Know when to stop. You know, people say no pain, no gain. Don't listen to that. There's a difference between pain and discomfort. Figure out that and then know yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, anything else to add to that? Sorry.
Yeah, you talked for the whole 5 minutes, bro. Please don't get my thoughts in now.
Okay, continue. Your turn.
Hold on.
Because you do all this extra shit, man.
Well, like you said, it is trial and error. I agree with that too. You can always find new things you want to do, but it's kind of similar to diet too. It's like the best. You know, say about diet, but the best diet is the one you stick with.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to exercise in a program, the best one is the one you stick with. There's thousands of programs out there. They can all work depending on you and how you do it too.
Yeah, that's true.
Find what you like. Find what's not. As long as it's not crazy, gonna hurt you. Stick to that. Get better. Boom.
And don't do CrossFit. I'm kidding. Do whatever you like. Do whatever makes you happy. It's a joke. It's a powerlifting joke. Haha. Jokey joke. Laugh.
I'm telling the CrossFit community right now.
No, please don't tell them. I know some CrossFit people.
People are canceled. Okay, I got some questions too.
Yeah, we're gonna head over to the Q&A portion.
My nose is itching.
And just scratch it then.
Okay, I got a good question. What's your favorite post workout meals?
Okay, so for me, a heavy day. You know, I've been hopping on Larry's Giant Subs. There's a Larry's right across the street. So that's what I usually do on heavy days. I get
One over here?
yeah, they're right around the corner. Like you go out on
Oh, you gotta go.
yeah, like you make a left, it's by Chick-fil-A area, but on the other side.
Is that even good?
Larry's is good. I mean, I either get the pizza sub or they have a Cuban there, and not a Cuban person, but a Cuban sandwich.
Yeah.
There that's it's really good, not very oily, so you're not gonna poop yourself. And so I usually go Larry's before and I go Chipotle after.
Damn.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
What's your go-to?
That is a good question. So I usually work out in the morning too, so I'm not usually as hungry when I wake up. So it's something lighter. So I think the easiest thing I can take down in the morning is number one, a protein shake. Get some protein in, and then a little bit of rice too. Rice just goes down. What the fuck is that?
I get hiccups.
Dude, what the fuck?
Oh, okay.
This is gonna be like the promo video on YouTube or on Instagram. What the fuck is wrong with you? You good?
I'm fine.
Post workout. That's a good question. What do I feel post workout? Whatever kind of sounds good.
Angie subs.
Angie subs is good. Something usually not healthy. Which I gotta do better about. I'm gonna go to Publix today. I'm gonna.
Okay. So I have a question I guess this is for both of us.
Yes.
Workouts to turn a big boy into a muscly boy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So
You're asking the wrong people.
alright. So workout to turn a big boy into a muscly boy.
Muscly boy.
I hate to say this, but basically just anything. Well, I don't hate to say it, basically anything high intensity. Like, anything's gonna get your heart rate going.
What's the question again?
Workout to turn a big boy into a muscly boy. So I mean, you could do just like you can do
right.
like basically normal workouts, like anything weight bearing, and just keep the intensity up, just to keep the heart rate up. Like you don't have to go out and run a mile every day. Like you could literally do sets of 8 on a workout, but then take less breaks, or then you'll burn more fat because your heart rate stays up, and then you'll build the muscle under. You just have to eat too after. Like make sure you're feeding your body what it needs to do, what it's gotta do.
Hiccups too. Fuck. Well, can I answer the question? Or you want to
No, yeah, you're a big boy. I'm a muscly boy. See what I did there?
Yeah, shut the fuck up. So let's take this question and assume that he's a big boy that has never worked out before too. So even if he starts working out, he's gonna build some kind of muscle. So slowly starts turning into a muscly boy. But it's kind of dissimilar to like body recomposition too. So like you said, high intensity stuff. Very high intensity. Just push it, weightlifting, resistance training, whatever. High ass protein, a lot of protein.
Yep.
And
And
then
repair those muscles.
I guess you can do either like maintain or do like a slight caloric deficit. That should help too, because you're building muscle and doing all this stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Your weight might stay the same, but you're starting to slowly like recomposition your body too.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of
I'm
sense.
not an expert on that nutrition stuff too, but it makes sense to me. Like if you've never like lifted before,
Mm-hmm.
you start training hard, you start eating more protein, kind of maintain or lower your calories.
Yeah.
You're gonna see some big muscly boy differences, you know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give you any nutrition.
Yeah, I'm not an expert.
Yeah, we're not registered dietitians. I mean, I have a friend that could help you out with that, and I might have her on the show later. But
Hell yeah.
are you really watching Snapchat?
No, it's
Or
not.
Instagram.
Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, from a workout standpoint, just keep the intensity high and just keep lifting weights.
Hell yeah.
You got a question next? Or you want to go to one of mine?
I'll go to one of mine.
Yep.
I got a few good questions. Let's see which one. Okay, let's start with the easier one. Let's talk about the deadlift program and why we decided to make it. So for you guys that don't know, me, Brandon, and our other friend made a deadlift program. When was that? A few months ago?
It was probably 2 months ago, yeah.
No, I think it was like, it must have been.
No, it was like 2 months ago. Well, it was
2
a
or
month
3
and a
months.
half.
Yeah.
2 months.
So we made a deadlift only program, 2 days a week for a full 12 weeks. Pretty successful. People liked it. I haven't heard anything about it in a while. I wonder if anybody's like finished it yet, you know? They haven't really said anything, I don't know.
I don't think, but it hasn't been out for 12 weeks yet. So
I
it's
think
like,
it has been. Maybe?
I don't know, bro. Time's been going by fast, bro.
So why'd you make it? Answer the question.
Well, first off, so the deadlift program personally wasn't my idea. I was brought in as a source, as well as a like. So if you guys don't know, like I'm starting my squat's starting to get better, but I used to be what they call a deadlift specialist, to where like I had a decent squat, bench was below average for my size, and my deadlift really put me ahead. So
Your deadlift's stupid, that's why.
with 2 O's.
Stupid.
But yeah. So I basically thought it was just like a good way to help people to like really grow, especially like novice people that never like deadlift before, that basically just do whatever they see on YouTube or whatever they see like other people do on Instagram, to actually give them some structure.
Yeah.
To the point that they can actually make gains and actually grow and see progress. Because you can only do so much by yourself.
That's true.
That's why like even like coaches have their own coach. That's why like he's my coach, I'm his coach. And it's like
People don't like that. I'm not gonna say her name, but she asked me, she's cool, but she asked me yesterday, she was like, do you guys just coach each other? And I was like, yeah, kind of. She was like, oh, that's cool. I was like,
I mean, it's the easiest way to do stuff. I mean, we both have knowledge, and at some point when you program for yourself, you get some sort of bias. Like
that's true.
Like it'll be like in the middle of a week, I'm like, I want to send it on a squat, and I change my program and put an RP of 9 when it was originally supposed to be a 7. Like
yeah.
But back to the deadlift program. So why did you decide to hop on the?
Well, it was actually not my idea either. It was actually Ashton's idea. for anybody who knows that is in here, probably not.
He did us 881
Oh yeah,
pounds.
yeah. So I mean, I thought it'd be fun too. I've never done an actual like true like, it wasn't truly cookie cutter, but anything you order at template is gonna be somewhat cookie cutter, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be fun. It wasn't really expensive either, so it wasn't a huge like money like opportunity. You know, we weren't like trying to just make a huge lot of money. We were trying to put out there something to help people, and then like you have people that follow Ashton and follow you. Him pulling like 900, you pulling like 800. You know, they're young, they're kids. They just want to see if they can do it too, and then I think it helped them so far.
Yeah, I mean,
know.
from what we got the first couple weeks.
Everybody liked it at first, and I don't know if they've actually continued to run it. I have yet to hear anything.
I mean, we'll see at the end of the 12 weeks if we ever host any.
I hope some people do.
Yeah, I mean, that's really cool to see as a trainer.
Yeah. Big old facts.
So I guess I'll do the next question.
Give me a fun question.
Pros and cons comparably of deadlifting when it comes to using a stiff bar and or a deadlift bar. Are you serious, dude?
I'm trying to see what this is. Hey.
So pros and cons comparably of deadlifting when it comes to using a stiff bar or deadlift bar. My biggest I guess my biggest thought is leverage. Well, especially for sumo, like you get more leverage on a deadlift bar because of the bend of the bar.
Yeah.
Like so my first meet was APF, you use a deadlift bar, and then my next meet is gonna be USAPL, which uses a power bar, which is super stiff, like super stiff. And
those like kilos.
Yeah,
ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, like it does. Like there's barely any bend. So
nothing.
The biggest thing when it comes to like deadlifting with a deadlift bar versus a stiff bar is the leverage, the amount of time, like how long you have to stay tight for. Like with the stiff bar, you basically just have to keep on pulling. With the deadlift bar, you get some sort of slack. So it's like
and the patience too. Like you gotta be patient with it.
Yeah, you gotta be more patient off the ground. That's the biggest thing I see, like the leverage, honestly, and just how much longer it takes to pull and break ground with the stiff bar.
Yeah. Well, if your meet, like if whatever federation you're in, if they use a deadlift bar, then you can use both the deadlift bar and a power bar in training.
Mm-hmm.
But if you use like USAPL, which is only a power bar, you're not going to use a deadlift bar too, you know?
Yeah, does not transfer over.
Does really not. But yeah, I mean deadlift bar is way more fun, more whip too.
Mm-hmm.
There's also like the cons too. It's like if you're not used to the whip, it might throw you off.
That is true. Like, yeah, once it breaks ground, the whip can throw you off if
it breaks ground.
Yeah.
If it does.
And the good thing about a power bar or a stiff bar, it'll let you know real quick if you can't pull that weight. Like, a deadlift bar might trick you a bit because it'll bend for a while. With a stiff bar, like, you try to pull and it'll just go, nope. And you know it's not going anywhere.
No, sir. Sorry, I'm not looking. I'm trying to find a question. Yeah, but deadlift bar is way more fun. End of question.
USAPL boy.
I hope this thing's actually recording me.
Dude.
Hello.
Bro, just read the question.
Cool. Sorry. Alright, PEDs, have you ever considered them, and what's your opinion on natty lifters? Natty.
Okay. So
what are PEDs?
Performing enhancing drugs. So steroids. And just for normal people to know what it is, because like some people they hear performance enhancing drugs, and they're like, oh, what is that? It's steroids.
Like creatine, BCAAs.
those don't count.
Protein powder.
Shut up. Thoughts on PEDs? I mean, if you use them, I mean, you do you. That's a personal preference. Me personally, I don't think, like, I have no really like want to use any PEDs.
Because you're also a freak too, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time, me personally, I don't like messing with my hormones.
That's true.
The most I'm messing with my hormones is taking some pre-workout and getting some caffeine in there, shaking a bit. That's the most I like to do. And I just like things to be in my control. I don't want.
That's a whole other factor to worry about too.
Yeah. That's my thought on PEDs. Will I ever take them? Don't think so.
You never know.
I mean, that's not in my plans. And yeah, so what's your pickup on PEDs?
Oh, I don't care. It's not my business, you know. Like most things, if it's not about me, I don't care. Like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I do have an opinion on natty lifters. You know?
Is that being like sarcastic of people that claim that they're natty but they're not?
Yeah. So there's two things. So too, like PEDs are like it's a private issue, so there's a difference between lying about it and just not mentioning it. You know,
Yeah.
like someone who chooses not to like address it, and because it's nobody else's business really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, good for you. You know, like it shouldn't be like you. If you don't want to talk about it, then you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
You know, but if you use them and people know you use them, and then you claim that you don't
That
for
pisses
some
me
kind
off.
of for some kind of financial or social like personal gain,
Yeah.
that's when the issue comes in too. Like if you've been taking them for a while and you lie to the audience, say yeah, like I'm natural, nothing ever, and you try to sell that idea and image to, like younger kids who are more naive,
Mm.
that can lead to issues too.
Yeah, and
That's wrong.
and
That
that's a
shouldn't
real
be.
big thing with like social media too. Like
Social media is
like a lot of people that so yeah, like so let's say someone claims that they're natty and they're not. It gives a lot of people like
I guess-
false hope or like
Yeah.
misconceptions about what they should look like or what they should be doing and like how fast they should be progressing.
Well,
And that leads
yeah.
to like it's like the same thing as like imaging. Like
Yeah.
all you see is people with, like all we see on Instagram, people with 6 packs and
Those
waxed chests.
Those aren't bad images to have, because that can, depending on the person, that can give you something like to work towards and be motivated
Mhm.
towards.
Just don't lie about
But
it.
like say like if you like say like you're a natty and you come out with some kind of example one, like some kind of program, like hey, buy my program and then you're gonna get super jacked and strong like me, or you sell some kind of products, some kind of supplements, but hey, like buy these. Like say like you've been taking that stuff for a while and you're like, hey, like I have this crazy BCAAs that help you get super jacked, and you're like selling that with a false image of what you are.
Mhm.
That's not okay.
No, not
you know?
okay at all.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I guess it depends on the person too. Like at the end of the day, it's not my business. I don't care what anybody does too. Just don't take advantage of your fan base and people
Mhm.
looking up to you using that false image.
Yeah,
You know?
if you pop positive on the test, you look like a clown too.
And you do. Yeah.
Like if you've been saying you've been natty all this time, and then
Most people who claim they're natty and like people like question it, they won't take a test, so they won't do.
yeah, they usually stay
Yeah,
like
they usually
untested
don't.
federations or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's fine. Do you? But like, just don't
Don't lie.
lie about it. Then again, lying is not the same thing as just
Not talking.
not talking about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you know. Like I personally don't care if you take it. Just if you
Yeah,
do,
you, bro.
yeah. And it's not hard to tell if somebody does. Well, I mean, I guess it is.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like there's a lot of genetically gifted people
Mhm.
that you can't tell, but there are some people like it's a little more clear they are. You know.
Yeah.
Like if you're super, like if you're like 260 plus jacked, with like 0% body fat, you know, you might be able to like kind of, not for sure, you never know, but
Yeah.
you could kind of get a more clear idea, you know.
I just try not to
Yeah.
guess because it's kind
I
of
don't either.
kind of the same thing as like
Yeah.
don't try to guess one's weight or their age. Like you don't ask, don't tell. Just stay quiet.
It's really not my business at the end of the day.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is a good one. Why do high reps on deadlifts when most lifters start to crumble after doing 5 reps? And
Damn.
So-
So we're out of shape, number one.
one, out of shape. So the reasoning behind it is muscular endurance first off, and
Oh, super jacked this angle.
whatever, muscular endurance, and with the like basically with form crumbling, I feel like if you do it in an efficient way, your form won't crumble. Like how we've been
Yeah.
experimenting with you, how you reset after each rep
Yeah.
to basically make each rep look the same. Like where it does start to crumble is when you get those people like let's say doing deadlifts and they're bouncing the weight and they're getting out of position,
Yeah.
and that's when form starts to crumble. But if you let's say you do a set of 8 and you reset after each rep, there's a good chance that your form won't crumble, especially if you stay within, like if you do RPE range, if you stay within your RPE range, there's a good chance that you should be able to make every rep look the same, or if not, very similar.
Yeah, I mean, that comes down to weight too. Like, if you're like choosing weights and percentages that are way too heavy that you shouldn't be,
Yeah.
of course your form's gonna crumble too. Like, anybody can maintain form at 50% of their max, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that comes down to a few things. Then recovery too. Like, if you're not
Yeah.
recovering, everything's starting to get heavy. And then just simply not being in shape to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But deadlift's also pretty taxing too, so that can take a lot out of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. So just here's the whole point. The easy thing to do would be just don't go with 5 reps.
Don't do that.
Don't go over.
You know, like I don't know. I don't know if this is a biased opinion. I don't know if this is a biased opinion, but especially like with us being powerlifters, I feel like muscular endurance is a huge thing because, like when you're in a meet, like you do say you only get 9 lifts, right?
Yeah.
But this is after the full 4 or 5 hour meet. You squatted basically 3 times maximal weight.
Yeah.
You benched 3 times maximal weight, and then if you do take that into account, if you don't practice for that fatigue, you don't practice for you being tired, then you're never gonna make it through a meet. So it's like, yeah, you're only gonna pull 3 times, but at the same time, it's not like you're pulling 60%, 70%, 80%.
Yeah.
No, you're trying to basically max out 3 times on a lift.
That's true.
So if you don't have that muscular endurance training, you don't have that feeling of being tired and still pushing through and basically keeping form, then you're not gonna make it through a meet. That's why I also say like reset after each rep, because I mean it may take you a little bit longer.
A lot longer.
Yeah, it may take you a lot longer, but you'll be more efficient. You'll get all the benefits of the weight, and there's less risk of injury, because if you stay within your weight range, you stay within what you know you could do. You can make every single rep look the same, maybe a little bit slower, but your technique will not falter after 5 reps.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can answer that question.
Nice. I think that's all I got for that one too.
Yeah. Do you have another question?
Yeah, I got a few questions actually. I actually had a good question I thought about last night when I was sleeping.
Oh, that's cool. We can talk about that, son.
What?
What?
You stupid freaking idiot. Where's the question I wanted? Let's just go with this one. What are your what are your goals in the future? Whether it be the business, brand, lifting, whatever. I know you got a few things going right now. So please, I want you to tell me all those things and explain where you want those to go.
Okay.
I feel like Joe Rogan right now.
So for me personally, I want to get a PhD. Right now I'm in
Alphabet soup.
right now I'm in between getting a PhD for physical therapy or going to do like exercise physiology, sport physiology.
That's a lot of letters.
Whatever. There's that. As you guys know, like my Instagram name is Bam Bam Fit, so I want to open up a gym that's like a great gym, but also for athletes. Cause I did play baseball, and I want it to be like Bam Bam Fitness, so I want that to get started up. And I also just want to be like well known in like basically health science world, the personal training world, the powerlifting world. I want to compete at a national level. I want to compete at a national level and be known at a national level. Those are my main goals, and basically, I mean, don't know how long it's gonna take. And I'm just gonna. Those are my goals right now. Those are my, I guess, 8-year goals.
Yeah.
Within the next 8 years, I want to achieve the majority of those.
That's a good ass answer.
Thanks, Dad.
Damn. Perfect. I guess I have to go.
Yeah, your turn.
Yeah. So, as we record this right now, I really don't know my goals personally. I know an idea where I want to go. I want to keep building the personal training business. I want to keep building my own brand. I guess I eventually want to open some kind of business. I don't know if it's going to be a gym or just like clothing, whatever it's going to be. Just something. I'll figure that out as I go. But, I mean, the main goal is just constantly keep moving forward. Oh, shit. My Taurus lifts just shipped.
Nice.
About to squat something stupid. That's the only answer I got to. Just mind your business. You'll see the goals come whenever they come. This is a question I made in my head. Pros and cons of using your phone in the gym. Give me some of your pros, and then give me some of your cons of it.
But what do you mean by using? Like texting or?
I guess just having your phone on you in the gym.
I'm not a fan of it. I mean, now if you're changing music, okay, yeah, like you do that because I mean, music basically can affect the performance and everything, to some extent.
Big facts.
But if you're texting or if you're on Snapchat, you're Snapchatting your girls, oh, I'm in the gym, or you're taking like mirror pictures and stuff, there's a time and place for that. Like you can do it after your workout, but I feel like when you do it during your workout, you lose focus. Like, I feel like if you're lifting, you're lifting. Like that's why I feel like that's why I see people have the most success. Now, if you're using your phone to take a video of a set, and then you're looking at form, you're looking at set, or like that's why you're using your phone for, yeah, go for it. Like, if it's benefiting you, go for it. But if in between each set you're texting someone or you're Snapchatting, like I feel like you should cut yourself off from the outside world while you're lifting.
Yeah, that comes down to the whole like monotasking shit we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. Tough to digest. Dissect.
Attaboy.
Dude, sorry, it's like Sunday's always my mentally slow day, which happens to be the same day that we actually do Sunday sit down. But I guess my answer would be, I guess some pros would be obviously if you need to see a program, because most of the programs are on phones, music, videos, timer if you need a timer.
Yeah.
The cons, definitely get distracted. That's like the huge thing right there too.
Big facts.
I get distracted on my phone because I always like have something else in my mind too. And I try to put my phone down, but I also need it for everything else, like music, lifting. I've tried recently to have like me, like personally, like when I'm putting on music, I can't stay to one song or one album. I have to just keep flipping and switching.
Yeah, you go Lil Baby Gunna, 21 Savage, Lil Baby Gunna.
Sometimes Drake.
Don Toliver.
Oh,
New Nav album out.
new Nav album went hard. Little
Yeah.
Baby. That shit on them.
Continue.
Yeah, so I need to get better about A, having pre-selected music, B, videos. Videos is hard, because every time I open my camera, I automatically look at the messages. And I usually have the most messages around the time I lift, which is shitty how it works out.
Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Airplane
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
yeah. Yeah, so I guess there's pros and cons, but just the main thing is stay focused on your workout and get better today.
Alright, Russ Bowl.
I just wrestled it. Shout out to the boy.
But another question. I guess this one's be this for me and you.
This for you, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely for you.
Will you ever try strongman? And once you pull 800 sumo, will you try to pull it conventional? Okay.
I know who has this question.
Yeah, my only strongman friend.
The only strongman friend. Shout out
Andrew.
Andrew. I wasn't gonna say his name in case
Okay.
he wanted to be named.
Give me a name, it doesn't matter. So would I try strongman? That I might. I mean, I'm always up for a challenge, and I feel like strongman's fun because it's a lot of different like powerlifting is just squat, bench, and deadlift, and I feel like strongman's a lot of cool
You
things.
can do CrossFit too if you want to.
Not doing CrossFit.
Okay.
But strongman, like I mean, I've seen people like drag cars and stuff like that. It looks super fun. So
Yeah.
I might try out strongman at some point in my life, and try out different events and everything. I'm probably not gonna try to compete at national level because I mean those guys are something else.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will try out a strongman competition once or twice in my life.
Yeah, why not?
Once I pull 800 sumo, I try to put in conventional. That is, I don't know right now.
I don't know.
The last time I maxed out conventional,
That was a while ago, wasn't it?
it was like summer, and I pulled 700 conventional. So
You might be close.
I haven't tried putting anything heavy conventional in a while. So I mean, I have to read 800 sumo first before I start talking about putting 800 conventional.
Well, you were so close until we had to switch back over to kilo plates.
Yeah. Pound plates, I think I got it.
Pound plates is there, but
Yeah.
the kilos are a whole different fucking ballgame.
But yeah, to answer that question, stay tuned. I don't know, maybe.
Interesting.
That's all I got for questions.
Let me see if I have any more good questions for this.
Can you please stop?
Nah, people suck. No one asked any good questions. So, if you're seeing this Sunday sit down, I expect some better questions next time too. Because you guys are disappointed.
So, are we gonna close this out now?
Well, I guess I got one more question right here. I don't know if I like this question.
Let me see.
Let's see. This one right here. Is that a good question? Actually, I guess we could talk about favorite lifting apparel.
Favorite lift? I just go to Target, dude. I just go to Target and get graphic tees and go to Academy and get some shorts.
Damn.
I mean, I don't
either, but
I don't have the luxury of having like.
if you had the luxury, what brand would you go to? What brands do you try? I would definitely, if I had like the luxury and just had money to blow, I would definitely buy a bunch of the hybrid stuff. Hybrid that shit's sweet.
So if we're going, I mean, of course, like I'd say for powerlifting standpoint, maybe like the A7 stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks cool. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
And like, it looks cool and looks like you look like a badass. I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know, man. With lifting shorts, I guess
You like Gymshark and like Alphalete stuff?
maybe Alpha has some
like
soft
Alpha.
shirts.
Alpha's
Gymshark,
nice.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
I'm telling you, I'm just a graphic tee guy. I go to Target and get a graphic tee for $10.99.
Target has some good stuff, bro.
Yeah, I just get some
Stuff.
shorts.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So yeah, we good?
Yeah.
I think we're
We got any other questions we want to talk about?
not this episode.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I don't have anything else either. But yeah, I guess let's come out with the outro. Let's close it out.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do this for YouTube. I mean, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button at the bottom. For our listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, if you like what you see, follow our podcast, and we'll be back. We'll try to stay consistent and be back every Sunday.
If you have any ideas for any future topics, videos, drop them in the comments below on YouTube, and then I guess.
And our DMs are open on Instagram.
Yeah, I guess DM. You have the account, right? Like put there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just DM us, and if you liked episode 2, you can take like a screenshot and like share it, and like put our apps, and we'll like be like, hey man, thank you, we'll like it, and repost it, probably.
Yeah, I will.
I will too.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Also, all these opinions are our own. Nothing against anybody that was named in the beginning, especially if you're a personal trainer and you're happy doing what you want to do. Keep doing your thing. Don't mind us. Not our business.
We're just boys having a conversation about men.
Yeah, don't take it personally. Alright, and that is Sunday Sit Down episode 2. Dude. Close it out.